Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm doing a story time video today, another one, something that happened to me and my friend a few years ago. So it was me and my friend Sharon. She's been in videos with me previously before. You definitely have seen her. We had a photo shoot thing in Manchester. It was one of those where a friend goes and has photos done. It's a free day, you can have the photo shoot done and then you just pay for photos afterwards, and it's like an experience type thing. But really what it is they suck you in to get a lot of money out of you. We had a lot of issues with them, but that's another story for another time. In short, it kind of caught up with that company because they ended up going bankrupt, and a lot of people got rinsed for a lot of money and didn't get their product produced. We were lucky we got our products, but half of the package that we paid for we didn't get. So we ended up, oh my god, it's another story for another time. It was a terrible thing, but anyway, we got these photos done and they were nice. We'd never had a photo shoot done before. It was kind of like, you know, it's just kind of basically like a scam to pull you in to say free day. You know, they provide lunch and drinks and all day, and you can have a nice photo shoot, have a makeover, all of that stuff. So it was nice, but it was a scam. Anyway, we just had the photo shoot done and we went back to the hotel. We were staying in Manchester a couple of nights because it's too far to travel with all our stuff in the suitcase for the 3 different outfit changes we had to do for the photo shoot. We had a lot of stuff with us anyway. So we ended up staying over for a couple of nights in Manchester, and the day after, morning was fine. This was at a time when I was smoking. Shamefully, I was smoking at this time. That is something that that is a habit I've not had for years now, thank goodness. I kicked that in the bud. We went outside the hotel to have, well, she wasn't smoking, but I was. She came out with me so I could have a cigarette outside. We went across the road and sat on this wall area where we'd sat before when I was going out for a cigarette. So we just went out there again, and Sharon was talking to me, and I just kind of turned the opposite way from where the hotel was and looked down the road, and I saw this kind of, it looked like a body, and I wasn't sure if it was a body. I couldn't be sure, and at first I wasn't sure. I was like, that can't be a body, you know, that, what the hell. And I was a bit freaked out, and Sharon was still talking to me, but I wasn't hearing a word that she was saying at this point. And then I turned to her and said, Sharon, is that a body over there? And she looked, and then she started freaking out because it definitely was a man lying there. And we sort of walked a little bit nearer. We didn't want to get too near because honestly it's not really something that we wanted to see, is like a dead body. This car drove round and kind of stopped as well, and they got out of the car and were going over, and then this weird man was sort of lurking around. He had a bag, looked a bit like he was on something, let's just put it that way. He definitely was on some kind of drugs, and that's not me being judgmental. Like 100% you could tell like he was on something. He was lurking kind of round this man. He was getting nervous about the fact that we were approaching, and suddenly like it was just a really suspicious situation. Just didn't know what the heck was going on, but it was definitely a man lying there completely still. Looked dead to me, looked dead to Sharon. So I said, Sharon, we've got to ring the ambulance, we got to get onto the police, we really need to, like, you know, ring someone. So she got on the phone. I'm there like freaking out, my anxiety through the roof. Sharon's as well, like we both, oh my god, I don't even know how we kept it together to get on the phone. The couple that were in the car, they were also on the phone, I think, because they didn't want to get too close, but they were concerned as well. So Sharon's on with the ambulance, and she's trying to explain to them that it definitely looks like there is a man, looks dead to us, can't be sure, but he's definitely not moving, he's not responding to us calling out to him, and you know, We try and explain where we are. We're across the road from the hotel. We didn't know what road that was at all, but we said it's right opposite the road at the hotel. And she's been asked questions on the phone, like, you know, is he this, is he that, blah blah. She's trying to answer them as best she can without us going over to the man, because neither of us wanted to go over there and actually touch him. Suddenly this kind of guy that's like lurking starts like laughing, and he starts kicking the man on the floor, like not hard, but like, you know, in the back, saying wake up and saying his name. I can't remember what his name was, but he's like, come on, come on. Eventually this guy pulls around, but he's really, really out of it, like properly messed up. Like, he pretty much must have been passed out, because he just woke up in such a state, and he looked an absolute state and barely could get up on his feet. And then he starts slurring, I'm alright, kind of thing. And Sharon at this point is absolutely furious as hell. She gets off the phone with the ambulance, said he seems like he's alright. This other guy's got him up on his feet, and they start walking away, walking around the corner. And that lurker is like laughing his head off, like it's the funniest thing in the world. Meanwhile, there's two young girls like near tears, in a state, you know, thinking they've just seen like somebody dead, and this other couple freaking out. The couple get back in their car and they drive away, and we just go back to the hotel. And just at that point we're like, we need to get out of it. I did not want to stay in that hotel, to be honest. Neither did Sharon. Sharon did not want to stay there. We just wanted to go home, to be honest. Like, it was just a horrible experience. It could have been that he'd passed out drunk. I don't know. It was just a really suspicious situation. The fact that this lurking guy was laughing and thought the whole thing was funny and hilarious. He was a very suspicious character. Sharon believed that she could hear conversation about drugs being mentioned. She didn't think that the couple in the car were all that good either. In fact, she thought they were like looking at us like they're ringing the police. Crap, we need to sort this situation like out. I don't know if that's true. That's just what she kind of got from the situation. Like, obviously we were both panicked, we were both freaked out, so can't be sure, but it was a freaky situation for sure, and we just didn't want to stay there, to be honest. Definitely didn't want to go out for a cigarette again that day. Oh god. So we packed up our stuff and we came home, not in good moods. We were not in good spirits at all until we actually got home. And even then, like, I was still freaked out. I explained it to my nan, and my nan was like, thank god you came home, because it was a nice hotel and as well, but the street across from it, very dodgy road. Very, very dodgy road. There was like bottles and broken glass and stuff, you know, all over the pavements. Nasty, nasty things all over the pavements. So quite run down, which is, you know, a shame, because the hotel itself was a nice place. So yeah, that was a great experience. My advice, if ever you ever see something like this, or this happens, because it can happen, if you think that you see somebody who's not moving and you presume that they're either dead or they're very seriously ill, don't approach them, because you don't know what that person's like. Like, try not to approach them. Try not to approach if you can, especially if it's a dodgy road, especially if there's dodgy people hanging around. Don't approach them, don't talk to them. Just stay with who you're with, and if you're on your own, go to a safe spot and get on the phone immediately to the ambulance, get onto the police. If it's a really shady situation, get onto the police right away, and then just get out of that situation. You don't need to be there unless the police specifically ask you to stay there, or they want to speak to you when they get there. Wherever you can, like in a building, go home, whatever, just make sure that you do ring the police and ring the ambulance, and then let them handle it from there. You just can never be too sure. You can never be too careful these days, really, with stuff like that. So yeah, that's my story for today. Something very freaky that happened. Just another bad thing to come out of that blooming photo shoot that we went to. Stay safe, take very good care, and I shall see you in my next video.